Hey guys, my name is Luke, and today I'm going to be bringing you your first C++ tutorial. So, I already created a new project in Microsoft Visual Studio, but if you do not have Microsoft Visual Studio, please go download it, or you can go download Visual C++. This is the absolute beginner tutorial. So, this is for somebody who has never ever even touched C++, or any coding for that matter. And if you have some experience with C++, this is most likely going to bore you, but if you don't, go ahead and keep watching, because it's a blast to do, and you can end up doing some awesome stuff with it. So, sorry if you can tell a difference in my voice from some other YouTubers. I'm 12, and if you're here to judge me by my age and not my maturity and or my personality, please leave. I don't need you here. And quite frankly, anybody else who's here trying to learn really doesn't either. So now that we've got that over and done with, let's make a new source file in our empty project, because what I did is I went to New, Project, Visual C++, Empty Project, and then I chose my name. I put in C++ tutorial 1 there. You can put any name that you want. We're going to right-click on the source file folder, add, or hover over add, go over to new item. This will bring up a dialog, and it says add new item, and then the project name. Mine is C++ tutorial 1. Click on C++ file, and then in parentheses .cpp, and I'm going to call it main. You're going to want to call it main, because that's just like, I guess, the default name for the main class. So we're gonna type in sharp include IOStream. I'm gonna write in all the code, and then I'll explain it to you after I'm done. So we'll go wherever we feel like, 'cause I'm that kind of guy. You've been warned. Well, that's the last resort. We're gonna give it one more try. Actually, no, I'm gonna want to type in return 0 and include the Windows class. And then okay, so what does all of this mean? This probably looks like Greek to whoever's watching, but I'll explain it to you. Basically, these two, this is just including things. So it is pre-made classes, which this C++ file, that's a class. It's pre-made classes made by, I'm not sure who, but it's made by some person, or some people, for the programmer's use. The Windows.h is made by Microsoft, because that is the main Windows class, and when learning about Windows.h, if you want me to, I can put up some tutorials on how to make like windows and buttons and things like that, like really complicated things. It might not look complicated in the interfaces that you're using, but behind the scenes it's really not that easy. Using namespace standard, or STD. STD means standard, and if you're that immature, yes, laugh at STD. But using namespace standard. So basically it's the standard namespace, I guess. I really don't know how to explain it. It's just a standard thing that you would include. You could type in using a namespace system. I believe that's a namespace. Maybe it's a capitalized. Well, I know that Microsoft uses something like that in their code examples on their MSDN website. And that's a great website to go on if you're learning C++, just a little side note. But here's the int main. You're in the main class of every program that you ever make. you're gonna need to make that function, because that's where C++, when it sees, oh, int main, I need to go there, and that's where I start off at. And then from the int main, you can reference other classes and other places and things like that. But let's keep on going on. If we didn't use the namespace std, since cout is a member of the standard namespace, we'd have to type in std : cout. There's all kinds of stuff in here. Like, wow, all kinds of stuff. But we can just remove that. Oh. And then we have two two less than signs, not opening brackets. Two less than signs, which indicates a break in the cout. And then cout is an odd function. Like, normally you don't use those two less than signs. And normally when you use a function, you use parentheses. But in the cout function, you don't, for some odd reason. But when you want to add a string, when you want to output some text into the console, you're gonna need to put in two opening, or I keep on saying opening brackets. Put two less than signs, and then opening quote, the string that the text that you want to write, closing quote, and then before the closing quote, instead of having the end line, which that's what that means, so that if you were to do another one, it would come up on another line instead of the same one. You can just do this, which basically C++ recognizes that as, hey, make a new line. But if we were to test out the program, we see on there, it prints out hello world, and then press any key to continue. We could do this very easily in Notepad with batch. You know, echo, hello, pause. But batch is a bad language. Never use batch. Batch is horrible. And the return, the system pause. Basically the system function that returns, that does a command in CMD. So you could do any command that you wanted. So you could do ipconfig, and it would execute the ipconfig command. And I'm just gonna do pause because I don't want you guys to see my IP. And then return 0 basically just indicates end. So if we hit F5 again, same thing. I can show you the IP config thing. I guess I can show you and then blur it out. I can just show you proof that. See, it all popped up really quickly, so I'm gonna have to blur that out. It might be a little bit hard. And we're at almost 10 minutes. But this is a very simple program. As we get farther in, we will be having a lot more fun than this, I promise. In the next episode, we're going to be covering strings, which is text, just basically variables, any variables. Well, thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, please leave a like below. That really makes the biggest difference to me. And, yeah, thanks so much for watching. And